come downstairs, press the call button.
Shut down the computer. The monitor's usually off, so just turn it on, and then you're gonna shut it down while you're waiting for the elevator. It almost times perfectly. So.
You all know how to shut that down?
No.
Alright.
Oh, maybe. You hit the little thing at the bottom and hit power off.
It just says shut down.
Okay.
Once it's shut down, you're gonna turn the whole rack off. Have your Ethernet cord plugged into this white box right
Alright.
here. You're gonna unplug it. Then the rack is plugged into the wall. You're gonna unplug that as well. Loop it over the back, wheel it into the elevator.
Now the rack is mobile. You lock these. It's easy.
You lock them, just push it down,
Yeah.
and unlock it and push it down.
Exactly.
Right.
This, put it in the back right.
Really important, guys, just so you know, the cables that are in the bottom of that thing, never, ever take them out. Play Tetris, Jackson? Action!
Your guitar stand. Cord cover, camera. Put it all in there.
Brittany's an ace.
Don't forget to push. Make sure this says car here. If it's not lit up, don't jerk on the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so immediately I take these things to the back room. I put somewhere over here. If Justin's feeling generous, he'll put this up for you, and if he's not, then you get the ladder out and put it up.
Now you need to make sure these are always plugged in. And you've got this here that you'll plug the input into. So this will come from the board. It's the input into the sub. These are your inputs into the sub coming from this. So this will come, you'll come from the board with this cable over there from the board, plug it in here. That's your, it goes into the sub, then these go out. You plug in microphone cables that go to the speakers. This, like I said, this needs to stay at 9 o'clock. You need to make sure this power's going on. If you ever have a problem and you don't get audio to one speaker, you need to make sure that, you know, let's say the left speakers, or the, yeah, let's say the left speaker's not working. One thing you might want to check is this plugged in all the way? Because if it's not, you're not going to get, it's not going to go from here through there up to that speaker. Makes sense. Even with the power thing, that would not work. This makes sense why. So, there's that. Alright. Arrow on this cable that it shows what signal flow needs to go. This needs to be, the one with the little band needs to be the one that goes into here, not in the board. Because it goes,
This should be switched to the line.
okay.
That should be all the way up. Master should be all the way up. And
High and low.
high and low, sure. Actually, I think that might be causing some distortion. I would put low on 11, and I would put high all the way up.
Okay.
Let's just try it there.
Great.
You want to plug this cord in
It can,
here.
it can boom really loudly if you don't.
XLR. For
Yep. And remember, just if you happen to bump one of those knobs, that could be catastrophic for the night. So just make sure once everything's in place, those knobs look the way they're supposed to. We'll give you a picture, but just memorize it.
okay, plug power cord in that cord.
So you'll bring those two microphone cables from out right there. That's where they stand, or where they live. You'll plug those into the bottom of the sub by either flipping the sub over, but preferably just getting on the ground and doing it. And it doesn't matter which one goes into which of those holes right now. And then you do not plug the sub in yet, the power cord. You'll do that after we plug it into the board. And then that white cord goes right there in that little...
Other end of that cord that went into the duct tape is going to come over here to the rack and plug into the top left.
Okay, after you plug the sub cable in, you're going to plug the yellow Ethernet in right there.
You're going to grab this orange connector adapter from the top drawer.
That's a ground lift, y'all, and it just keeps things from humming.
Unplug
Keeps
it
the
in.
speakers...
You're going to reach back behind the monitor onto the tower to push the on button. It's a long, skinny button. You're going to turn the computer on. You want to have been doing this so that while the computer's coming on, you've got the camera in place.
Push that up, and then you lock it down with that lever.
There are two cords that always go in the camera bag. It's the power cord and
HDMI.
this cord.
Thank you, Jackson.
I don't like technical terms, I just give them names.
This.
Big cordless.
That one's called Sarah.
Exactly.
You plug the power into the back of the camera.
Okay. And it's just good to have it. You put him in the far right slot on the camera. Take your tape off. This is important so it's not pulling on that. So you've plugged your power cord into here, and your HDMI cord into here.
Yep.
The glitter cord. And you're gonna plug it into the HDMI cord. Like this.
This is the crowd mic. Gonna go right, there's a little hook. You want it hanging about 4 or 5 inches.
This.
So this is the crowd mic. It's gonna go into this blue cord that hangs down. It goes into channel. What channel does that go to on the board?
It goes into channel 3.
It goes into channel 3.
Alright, so we're gonna look for second guitar, and that is number 8. You're gonna come over here.
Here's something really important to see, guys. This is your input, not insert.
The red one for the main guitar player, and go in for 5.
Tape over there. In front of that whole row you don't ever need to use. This is how this looks
Two microphones
until Ryan plugs in
and 2
his stuff.
guitars.
Is the main mic, and the black mic is the secondary mic. Ed's is always that right angled, red taped.
Sometimes it's the drummer, sometimes it's a guitar player, so I put that on there. Now you want to log into your computer, the name and password's right here. And there's a little icon down here that's red with like a film strip on it for video. You want to click on that.
But normally you'll see the camera, if the
Picture.
camera's been set up properly and hooked in properly and it's on, the power of the camera's on, you'll see it right there.
Have this red computer, it'll be on the kitchen table or someone will be getting it. So you're going to plug it into the wall right here.
If you don't know where that red computer is, ask Elsie.
Or Barb or me.
Or Barb.
Sometimes Elsie has a lot going on. You're gonna plug this in. You have to plug this in. This is so important. So as soon as you plug this in, you're gonna come over here to the search bar, type in audio recorder. It'll pull it right up. And then you have it. You go here and you choose built-in input, line in. It's the second one. And an easy way to know if it's working is if you see that bar jumping. If you don't see it jumping because
Take
he's
the
on
input out.
because he's on mute, then
So
that's,
if that's
not,
not, if that's not working, you're not. It's not. I mean, if that's not plugged in, it's not going to
good.
work.
Yeah, totally not gonna work if that's not in. But it
And
could
here-
also
So that's,
it
You
could
wanna-
still jump if you have it on that. So you have to remember to change
Yeah,
it to the
yeah,
second one.
here-
Blah blah blah. Stop. Listen to it real quick. Make sure you can hear it. I would say testing. Okay, great. It's good. You don't want to say. Start down here. It's going to ask for a password and the username again. So you're going to put in media, and then you're going to put in broadcast.
where is it asking for that? Oh, down.
Okay. So once you put that in, then it'll start streaming. You go right here. You go to Visioncast Monitor. It's the very first favorite. And
I wish it was a rock show where I could choose.
If you hear that stuff going on, then you need to make sure. Should be off now. Stuff. Pop's mic needs to be on to keep that from happening.
so we'll trash it. So now you've ensured that your recording is working. That's great to do every time.
So you'll hit when Pop starts teaching. You'll hit record, and you don't touch.
You're gonna do the year first and an underscore, the month, underscore, and the date. It was the 24th this Saturday. If you caught what the message was, then you could say the point of no return, but each word has to be separated with an underscore.
Okay.
Something like
And hit
that.
save, and it'll save it on the desktop.
I usually am sitting here with the Gathering International pulled up, and I go to live streaming, and it counts down for me. So you're waiting until it gets to 6:30 and it says 58 seconds left. You can come down here and push start and refresh this page, and at 6:30 it's gonna start streaming. If you don't push start, the people who are watching online are gonna see a black square right here. This countdown's gonna run out and it's just gonna be a black square.
So your important things to remember
Yeah.
are at 6:30, hit start on the streaming, and then when Pop starts teaching, hit record on the recording.
Yeah,
Those
and
things
push
down,
stop
you're
when
good.
he's done. Push stop when he's done.
Once everything's plugged in, if you want to check all the audio, you just come in here and press unmute. Ed, talk to your mic. So you would talk. You would have somebody talking that mic.
Hey.
You'd unmute that. So during the gathering, obviously you want all those unmuted. So you would check
why
every
have them
single one
muted at all?
because as you plug in, it would pop.
Okay, so mute that while they're plugging in.
Exactly.
And when they start, you unmute.
Yep. Yeah, so you just unmute that and then you're good to go. How do you check the guitar chords? Just wait till somebody has a guitar here? Yeah. Cool. Great.
Okay, the service is ended. You've pushed stop down here at the bottom. So X out, come here, press shut down. The computer's gonna shut down. Once it's shut down, you're gonna turn off the rack up here.